Hey, good day, everybody. Dennis Wilborn, the Active Trend Trader. Welcome to today's session of the On the Radar Swing Trading Setups. This is Wednesday, the 13th of April. This is a shortened trading week, and you want to hang in to the end of today's video because I'm going to show you a three-step routine that will improve the probability of you getting into solid entries with strong potential upside. Next, I'm also going to show you 4 stocks that, even though the current market uptrend is under pressure, these 4 stocks have great setups on them and could potentially power higher going into next week and also going into the earnings season. So with no further ado, let's go ahead and jump into today's session and just hang on tight. We have a lot of stuff to cover real quickly. First thing we want to take a look at is, of course, the S&P as represented by the spiders. I'll point out the things on the chart that make this interesting. 1, bullish engulfing pattern. Unfortunately, butted right up against the moving averages, and so it needs to break above that, or we need to get a test down into the midsection of that. Secondly, TSI turning up at a known level of support. On the TSI, you have support levels, one at plus and minus 42, and then plus and minus between 20 and 25, and then also at the 0 line. So we know if you look to the left, yeah, that is where it will tend to turn up. However, this could be a fake out because with today's price action, the TSI did not cross to the upside. So we've not actually had a momentum shift as of yet, but it looks very positive. The high-risk traders, you may want to take a trade in the middle of today's candlestick and with a stop below yesterday's low. For those who want to just be a little bit more patient, you can wait for the TSI to cross up. That should put price action above the 8-day moving average, which would be a good place to take a potential trade. So that's S&P. And the Qs, Nasdaq. Nasdaq, something similar. It's a little bit further away from the moving averages, as you can see, and it's well below the 200-day moving average. It was a very interesting pattern in that price actions ran all the way up to this red line, which is the 200-day moving average. It rejected it, came back up and tested it again, rejected it again, and then started gapping down, gapping down, gapping down. We have a bullish engulfing pattern of yesterday's pattern. TSI acting similarly to the way the S&P acted. Again, where do we want to trade it? You know, I would, for the benefit of the doubt, I'd be looking at trading potentially TQQ, but I would look at trading at the middle of today's candlestick, that big green candle, if that holds, because it puts me closer to support, lowers my risk profile significantly. Next, the Russell. The Russell, on the flip side of this, do we have a reversal candlestick on the Russell? Well, the answer to that is we have some clues. We did have a hammer here, which is a bullish reversal candle. We have a inverted hammer here at a level of past support. So that is a candlestick reversal candle. We pushed up today and closed just slightly above the 8-day moving average. TSI did in fact cross to the upside. So the way I'd look at wanting to trade IWM is I would look to do options on IWM or even go to TNA and do options on TNA on a pullback back into the midsection of today's candlestick, about 199. And I definitely would put an alert there. If price actions fail there and I had a conditional order to buy some or get into an option trade right there, if I take out the low of today or even the low of yesterday, that's telling me that this downtrend just is not over with yet. It is trying to build a bottom, but it's just not there yet. Not there yet. So that's what we've got. Again, TSI has crossed up at, just at the negative 42 line. And so it looks like it's getting the momentum shift that we want to see. Next, I want to talk to you specifically about that concept. And here's the use of use this 3-step setup routine for higher probability trades and entries. And what is it combined with? Well, one, I want to identify price. What is my price doing? Is it trending? Is it pulling back? Or is it in a downtrend looking for a bottom? I want to find where are my levels of support. And we can identify those in the chart. Those are our lines of demarcations for setting up potential trade. Then I want to wait for, do I have a bullish, if I'm trading in the bullish direction, that's the upside, guys, do I have a bullish reversal candlestick? Now, one of the things to keep in mind, you can look for that bullish reversal candlestick both on a daily and a weekly chart. But if you're looking at it on a weekly chart, make sure it is Friday or whatever, this week the close is on Thursday. Make sure it's after hours, after the close at the end of the week for the weekly candlestick. Because if you try to trade what looks like a hammer on Monday on a weekly chart, may turn out to be a really significant bang down by the end of the week. Next, momentum, TSI. Is it, I want to check. Is it oversold or am I at a level of bullish support? When I say bullish support, what that tends to mean is my price action is heading up. I just draw you a quick picture of that. My price action is heading up. There you go. Here's my price action heading up. Let me give a different color to that. My price action heading up, comes back, heads up, comes back. And what my TSI will be doing, my TSI will be coming up, maybe close to the upper reversal zone. It'll come back down. You remember that 50 line or the 0 line? Come back to that, and these will coincide. So that's what I mean. Is it approaching bullish support? Uptrend, and then hitting one of these other alternative levels of support on the TSI where it tends to bounce from and move up from there. So that's what I mean by that. Let's go ahead and number 3 is, then what is my trigger? And oftentimes my trigger is a confirmation of the candlestick reversal signal or a close above the 8-day moving average. And there's a couple of others that I will be talking about in a future video. If you're wondering about candlesticks, I do have a great video on the YouTube channel talking about candlestick reversals. If you're a active trend trader, I also have some good videos there on the website that talk about candlesticks, the patterns, just the ones you need. So the thing about it is be patient, wait for your high probability setup. That's the bottom line. So next time, I will conclude the thing about profit and loss ratio, why it is important. So let's go ahead and jump back into the 4 stocks I want to talk about. And we will do this very rapidly. Stock number 1, Apple. Apple looks fairly good going into tonight. And now that you know what you just saw, I'll explain it with what we just talked about. Am I getting a reversal on TSI? Yes, it's after support. Has it crossed up totally? No, it has not. However, what do I have here? I have a bullish harami after a downtrend at a level of strong support. Today I get a bullish engulfing, closes right close to the 8-day moving average. What I'd be looking on Apple is a pullback back to about 169 or even 168.50. That would be my target area to jump on the trade on Apple. This could be a really good setup for a potential move to earnings run. And where am I looking at this potentially going? I'm looking at it going from here at least back up to the past highs. Get my color back in place here. Back up to the last highs. And that would be a run of from there up to there. About $8 or $9, about 5%. Not a bad run. And then if it breaks out above that, then my next target would be a symmetric move from This 150 up to this 179. So what is that? Close to 30 bucks. 30 bucks from this level there, 165. That puts me up about 195 on Apple. Next. I loved how each one of these set up very well, and it shows the exactness of what we're talking about. Do I have a bullish a reversal signal? Yes, I do. I have a bullish engulfing. It is right up against the moving averages yet, so I haven't broken above the 8. My TSI looks like it wants to turn up. Hasn't. I don't know if it's totally crossed yet or not, but it's probably close. I would gamble on a potential trade. I would probably look at doing a option spread at about the 340 level, and I would put that out of the money, like up in this area here. So I could do like the 380 by 385, and probably only pay about less than $2 for that spread if I get down into this area right here, down into the midsection of that big green candle. Next, NVDA looks really good. We have, it has completely round tripped back into a level of support. So we're in strong support. Now, this one, the TSI has not crossed up yet. We do have, and I'm not going to talk about the market forecast right now because it is another good momentum indicator, but do I have a bullish reversal signal? Yes, I do. I have a bullish harami. So how do I want to trade this? I could take this, right in the middle of today's, I could do an estimate and either buy it in the middle of today's candlestick. The other thing I want to watch for is I could get a gap and go here. Now, if I get a gap up, it's going to bang its head almost immediately on past resistance. I do have earnings coming up on this, but there was 2, so to add 3. So about May 15th or so, look for earnings on that. So we could be set up for a nice earning runs back up into this area here. Now that's a nice little run. That's about a $50 run. Or even if I just pack it up right back into this level right here, again, that's about a $20, $25 run over a 1 to 2 to 3 week period. Give you a really good return on either a spread, buying NVDA, or even doing some direct options. So that's about a 25, about 11%, 10%. And so in these market conditions, a 10% gain over a short period of time is not bad. That's where we want to be able to take some profits off the table there. And then last but not least, this is from a pure technical pattern. This looks darn good. Okay, what do we have going on? I've got a, is this a bullish engulfing pattern? Yeah, it's pretty darn close. It is a big green candle. The bulls were in charge here. What am I looking at? We broke above the 8. The TSI has crossed up at a support zone. So look for a potential trade on this right square dab in the midsection of, or the middle third of today's candlestick. And this one also has weekly options, and so that could also be a good setup. But this may be going back into a strong move up, and its upside trajectory is up to this high here, 150. But then you can take the low here to the high here, project it from here with the Fibonacci extensions to get the second piece of the high, which is a symmetric run from here to here, but it would start here. That's your next logical, strong upside move. But again, if I'm doing an option trade, I'm probably going to take some profits off the table right there, or even take some, because let's see, that would be from there to there. We're talking about 9%. You betcha, I would jump on that to take some options off, take some profit off the table at 10%. Earnings coming up on around the first part of May. So that's my stocks for this week, folks. And so let's go ahead and close this down. Let me know what you think about one. I hope you can see the charts as I drew them out, and also let me know what you think about that 3-step setup routine. And I'm going to be doing further training on that for the Active Trend Trading members to help you better time and get into more high probability potential trades. So, and I hope you have a good rest of the week. We will not have our Friday normal Trade Your Way to Wealth webinar and Zoom meeting simply because it's a holiday. And so have a great Easter. God bless and aloha.